The key to teaching any tool is to do it when everyone is calm. In a heightened state or a stressful moment, children can't draw on a lot of tools that they may have learned. And so you can't teach something in a really stressful state. So it's really important that any tool you're going to use that's going to help with emotional regulation, you're going to introduce that when everyone is calm. You're going to play around with it. You're going to have different strategies. You're going to touch it. You're going to practice it. And then you're going to practice it throughout the day. And the more in the family that can practice it, the better, because then it becomes this common thing for everyone within the house. And then when you do have moments where they're more stressful, then you can refer back to what you have learned together on the tool and guide the child through the strategy, the scale in the moment. So the practice before is so important with these tools. They're not going to be effective if they're used and taught in really stressful moments. The best approach is really, if you have the tool handy, if you have the 5-point scale, is to actually show it to the child and point to a 5 and say, I think you're a 5 right now. And I think we need to use a strategy to get ourselves back to a 1. So then you would maybe offer the child one of 2 strategies that they could use in that moment. So maybe that might be deep breathing. Maybe that might be going to a quiet space by themselves. The idea is to pair visual with your language to help them calm, because in very stressful moments, our visual system is the strongest response system. So we're going to respond better when we are seeing something than when we're hearing something. And often our words get lost in stressful moments. So the more you can use a visual and guide a child using that visual, the better. The 5-point scale can really be used for any age, and I think that that's the beauty of it, is that with a really young child, because it's color-coded, you can just even refer to the colors with the child and point to the red and say, oh, I think we're in the red on the scale. We need to do something to help our bodies to calm down. But then a child that's a little bit older, they're going to respond to the numbers. And they're going to respond more to language. They may even respond to having words in front of them. So the scale then can be used even with teenagers, because a 5 for a teenager is going to look very different than a 5 for a 3-year-old. But when they have that common understanding of the scale, it's a reference point for everyone, and everyone knows what a 5 means. And it just means that the strategies you're going to use with the 3-year-old versus the strategies that the teenager are going to use will be different, but it's all the same approach.